So we're moving into part two. This is going to be the actual collaboration discussion. We're going to go back and forth and we're going to name our top 5 most wanted units in the game. It can be re-releases of somebody, voiced somebody, it can be anything that you want. But the 5 characters that you want in this game more than anything else.
Is it
You are welcome to
so?
go
Yeah,
first.
they can be either like characters that I don't have or characters that are unreleased.
Characters, only characters that are unreleased. So make something up for a character in JoJo that could be in the game. Like say for example, you want a better Act 2 Koichi because you don't like the one you want a voiced Act 2 that has a different power or something. It can be
All right, I see
anything you
what you mean.
want that's not in the game already.
All right, cool, cool. So, top 5 units of that are unreleased that I would want in no particular order. Number one is a voiced whole horse or a version of whole horse that has like him with Boingo or J Guile. Whole horse is one of the most memorable like part 3 characters, and I feel like he can do a lot better than just a subpar BR eraser.
I
So if I
definitely
had
agree
to
with you on
design,
that. He
yeah, if I
needs a voiced unit that has the Boingo animation for his at least his victory, something. He needs it.
yeah. Yeah, he does he even have like an animation with Jay Guile? I don't think he
I
does.
don't believe so. No, I think his normal animation is just he pulls out the gun and shoots it, and then his victory animation is he just twirls the gun and lights a cigarette.
Yeah, I'd like to see I'd like to see some sort of synergy with his canon partners. But if I had to design a GR whole horse unit, I would make him sort of like a non-time stopping Hio. I would like make him like a tap um like wherever like panels you tap, he will erase in a single tile. But he instead of unlike Hio, he would also like erase like block panels or like lock panels, etc. Just how many shots he has. He will. You can just tap until you run out of bullets, basically.
All right, I like that. So I guess he would get more bullets as his skill level went up.
Yeah, or maybe you could just have it at like a time duration where you can like just spam bullets like a Hideo. But I think that'd be just too similar to Hideo.
I can see that. I can see that. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
let's see. For my first pick, it's got to be voiced Kakuin with a 20 meteor radius Emerald Splash. I love Kakuin like a lot. He's one of my favorite JoJo characters in general. And he's another one that I feel like, despite being like a major character in one of the bigger parts, he's just got nothing to show for it in this game. Like Bruno syndrome. His alt doesn't even have a voice. He needs some love. I need a voiced Kakuin with the shades from the 20 meteor radius Emerald Splash. I have no idea what his ability would even do. Something where I don't know, you can make combos and that'll explode other areas of the board because it trips the wire or something like as you go. I don't know, something. But Kakui needs love desperately badly. He needs his shades. He needs a voice, at least one voice line, for God's sake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just watch him do an Anubis Polnareff where he just make him where he just freezes the board and just another time stop unit. I don't know how that's gonna work, but they somehow made it work with Anubis Polnareff.
yeah. I
So
like. I
uh,
remember when voiced Gakko came out, and everyone was like, "Well, it's like a joke because like he freezes the clock with ice, like haha." And then Polnareff came out, and everyone was like, "I have no idea why he stops time. I have no idea. He just does.
yeah, he's just too fast.
He's just
He
so
literally
fast
just
that time stands still." All right, what is your
yeah
number two?
yeah Kakuin's a really good choice there. Um yeah, number 2 of Pitter Power Pop units I want in no particular order. I would really want to following the trend of voiced Jobros, I would really like to see a voiced Okuyasu because his standard version is pretty solid so far, but I feel like they can do a lot more with a voiced version of them because he so far he's like one of the like main protagonists of part 4 that hasn't got the voice line yet. I he's got to be an eraser. He's got to at least be an eraser, but I would like to have like an alternate version of him at the very least. I can't really think of anything at the moment that he would do,
It's
but
weird for
I'd
Okuyasu
like
too,
to.
because not only does he not have a version, he doesn't even have a version 2.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah.
one.
Okay. Like I said, like he's a solid unit, but he's like with units like Fugo, Bag Polnareff, and Voice Cars, like he's been pretty power crept over time. His 16 panel erase, like he's probably the most like vanilla eraser in the game, but like there's a lot of better options out there that can be used. Like I'd like to see him at least erase like 24 panels because that's kind of like the standard for erasers right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, the bigger. It'd be cool for his voice version to do something like when he was chasing Red Hot Chili Pepper, and he was like multiple slash teleporting. If he did something like that, and he just did an erase pattern multiple times in the same spot or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I
I
don't know.
like it.
I'd like to at least have him like good enough where he can like loop properly with Part 4 Joro, like with Fugo or Bag Polnareff or voiced cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do
Because
like that they made
like a
him
lot of the
basically
Part
work.
4.
Go ahead. Oh, did we lose you there for a second?
Yeah, yeah. Your voice cut out for a second.
Oh, no, no problem.
I thought you were talking. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Um, but yeah, I would like to at least like use him with Part 4 Johto because he's like one of the only Part 4 protagonists that don't necessarily have a decent synergy with Part 4 Johto. Like we got voiced Josuke, we got all the Rohans, we got most of the Koichis. We gotta have some synergy with Part 4 Johto. Come on, Okuyasu.
Yeah,
I really want to use him. He's one of my favorite characters from Part 4.
I do
So I'd
like
like to
that
see.
he works almost like exactly with voiced Josuke because Josuke pretty much charges exactly the pattern that he not 100% but close to the full pattern that he erases. I think that's kind of cool because they're buddies, but he definitely needs something more. There's just something more interesting. Like you said, he's very vanilla.
Yeah,
He's
I know
very
what you
generic.
mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would like to try out the voiced Josuke combo if I had him, but it is what it is. I'll probably wait for the next rerun for him to pog him, but
Yeah, I have a feeling the first Aniv is going to have a lot, or not first Aniv, the next anniversary is going to have a lot of reruns of these guys. So shouldn't be a huge worry about
yeah.
them not coming back anytime soon.
Oh yes, yeah.
So my number two, it's going to be a little out of left field. I want a young Joseph that flies the airplane that he crashed into cars to crash them into the volcano. I don't know why I want it, but I really want it because one of my favorite running gags in JoJo is Joseph's inability to ride a vehicle without crashing it. I need that represented in Pitter Patter Pop somehow, and I would love if his ability, he just had an ability where he runs off screen and then flies back in with an airplane. I need that in my life. I don't know what you would make it do. Make it either like a giant erase, or maybe you make like Joseph tiles go away and then it spawns his ally tile. He does like a bigger race and then his tiles don't spawn until his thing goes away because he's off in the airplane or whatever justification for it you need. But I need that running gag
Maybe you can
represented somehow.
incorporate the redstone of Aja in his skill or one of his animations, because that was like one of the main sort of like devices in that last part in part 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think any unit uses that as like a prop in any of their specials.
Well, then, yeah, at least like Lisa uses it as like a victory animation. I don't think Cars, no, they don't. No, none of the units in the game I feel uses the Redstone of Aja as like a laser sort of like tech. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
think there's any unit like that.
yeah, and Joseph would be the one to do it if they did it too. That would be. You're right. That would be cool. The Redstone of Aja was a cool plot device. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, sir. You're number three.
All right, my third unit off the cuff that I would really like to see in this game is Khan. You know, you remember the second Anubis
Are you,
user?
are you talking
Yeah, I
about the
want to see.
barber that attacks
Yeah, I'm
Polnareff?
talking. Yeah, I want to see the barber as a unit. Someday they're gonna like release like a voiced Chaka unit, and if they do, I want to see him with a voice with SR Khan, because he's kind of like a meme in the Heritage for the Future. I got like a lot of memories of him, and I would like to see him released with a voice Chaka GR. You know what I mean?
I could
I
see
think that'd
that.
be
That'd be
pretty
pretty funny.
entertaining.
Also, I personally think it would be nice to get some more BR characters in this game. Not that anybody wants BR characters, but like, you know, it'd be cool just to flesh him out a little bit. He could easily be one of those too, if they just wanted to throw in like a jokey character or something.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but personally, I don't think I don't think more characters need to be like delegated to the trash tier.
Yeah, I don't think that they'll ever
Maybe
put any more in
Luca.
anyway because they want you to chase the harder to get stuff.
Maybe leaky-eyed Luca as an SR. I can't see him as a GR, man. I don't know what they would do with the skill. I don't know,
Man, we
just slap
do.
you with the
Leaky Eye
shit.
Luca has been in this game. Leaky Eye Luca, Notorious B.I.G., Black Sabbath, and Silver Chariot Requiem have been in this game for so long, and we don't have. I wonder if they're ever going to give them to us.
Well, Black Sabbath came out with Pulpo.
Yeah, but not like as his own model, because you can fight him as his own thing with like the arrow in his mouth. It's just a character without needing to fight Pulpo.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I
I
especially
think
want
Pulpo's
Chariot
more powerful.
Requiem. He's not high enough to get on my list, but I do want. I think Chariot Requiem would be very cool. But I don't know if they don't want to release stands that don't have stand users or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but maybe if they start to run out of characters before part 6 comes out, they'll have to resort to, okay, I guess we got to like reuse the boss textures. Um SR zombie, let's go. They'll love it.
When we hit our 17th version of Giorno before Part 6 comes out, they finally have to start doing something else.
Uh hey, quick just a quick derail. If part 6 comes out, do you think Jolene would be like added to the starter polls? Do you
Oh,
think
that's a
she'd be a
good
starter character?
question. I don't know. Because this game, I didn't start right when it came out, but I started pretty close. Didn't this come out pretty much with the Part 5 anime? Like, alongside of
Yes,
it?
yes. As I recall, like a few months before Part 5 came out, it started as like a demo, sort of like a snap. It started as like a Snapchat, sort of like a filter deal where you can like take pictures and see the pitter patter pop characters in the picture, and then it like if I'm not mistaken, the full game released went with the anime. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. You can check post editing, but yeah, that's what I think happened with the game. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's right. I'm inclined to say no. They won't put her in there just because she'll be a gotcha commodity for people to chase because Part 6 will be fresh and hype for everyone. But I think it'd be
yeah,
very cool if they did do that.
maybe if it's like a basic, like I don't know, like when the game started out, the units were really basic. Like you know, Joseph starting out is a lot different than his later versions.
Oh yeah,
So
big time.
I don't know if they'll release like a basic version of Jolene. If they do, they would probably make it like make her like replacing like I don't know butterfly pattern, because that's like one of the like main logos of Part 6.
Yeah, I mean they could do
Uh,
something like they to celebrate Part 6. They release like a So-So Jolene that they could just give everybody as in their gift box, and they also put her in that one in the starter pool, and then they'll have like a bigger gotcha one later or something when she gets stone free, because she won't start out with her stand right at the beginning of the series. So
I see, I
you know
see.
they
Yeah,
could do something like
that would
that.
probably be the best case scenario. Yeah,
Yeah, similar to like a Frog Giorno, but then also to advertise Part 6, they'll let people start with her because if there's going to bring
yeah,
in new
yeah.
people, they're going to be coming in for Stone Ocean when that starts. So that's interesting. I kind of do hope they do that now.
All right, cool. Yeah. Next is your third.
Ah, my third. Okay, so I had it in my head, and then now I'm thinking about Part 6 characters, but that doesn't count because I can't put them in this game yet. Um, I want a. This might be a weird one too, because it's mostly a Mimi pick, but I want a voiced Daniel Darby that's
Ooh,
playing poker
interesting.
versus Jotaro. Like, well, first of all, I don't think his GR is all that. Not really anything exciting to talk about as he is right now. But that's my
I mean,
favorite
have some.
part of.
You could have some fun with like voiced Rohan, where you can just make more Darby boxes. So
Yeah, or like charged boxes or something more exciting. But the poker episode of Stardust Crusaders is one of my favorite JoJo anythings. The match between him and Jotaro is really cool. So I would love to see him get some rep in this game that's exciting. And he has some fantastic English voice lines where he's the I really just need to hear Mr. Joestar come out of him in this game.
oh yeah, yeah, Darby's like an iconic character. So you know they gotta like release another version of them at least.
At, at,
Uh,
at some point, it's got to happen. Yeah, I would think. But they seem to love releasing multiple versions of minor Golden Wind characters instead. So the I can't even remember the guys at Formaggio. We're getting voiced Formaggio now.
Yep,
Exciting.
they're at their rate, at this rate, they seem to be releasing all of the voiced versions of the Squadron members.
Yeah, I
Hopefully,
saw.
we'll get a voiced. Hopefully, we get a voiced Fugo along with voiced Luzo if he ever comes out.
Yeah, it's crazy. But there's not. I feel like they're gonna make voiced Fugo limited though. I don't know why. I can feel it. I mean, I know Abakio and Narancia
Yeah,
aren't, but Fugo's so popular. I can feel it in my heart of hearts that they're gonna make him limited just to make me sad.
yeah, yeah. At least his base version is pretty good. He's
Yeah, I
pretty
still
good.
love
So
base
you
Fugo. I
can,
use him all the time.
yeah.
All right, I believe it is
All right.
your number four.
Okay, number four is kind of like a standard one of the standard units you really want to see in this game, and that's Ultimate Lifeform Cars. That okay, so voice cars, his win animation is the Ultimate Lifeform Cars, but we got to see an actual unit based on the Ultimate Lifeform Cars' abilities, like growing wings, shooting out feathers that turn to piranhas, some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, I was so
I'd really
sad
like
when
to.
everyone said Ultimate Cars is finally out with his voice cars, and all he does is his wrist blade. It was so sad.
Yeah, okay, okay, like again, like he has the win animation, but that's nothing. I want to see an actual like ultimate skill of voice cars. I don't really know what voice cars would, or I mean, ultimate life forms cars would really do, because like he's so universal. You could pretty much make him do anything. Like, I don't know. I'd at least want him to be like good enough where he's like a really good like partner, kind of like voice Josuke, where you can pretty much throw him on any team.
Oh
But
yeah, and he
like,
just helps basically anyone just because his skill's so good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All I know is at least one of his animations has to be the hand squirrel. Need that.
Oh yeah, the hand squirrel bomb
The
saddle,
legendary hand
um,
squirrel.
that murders everybody in sight.
Need that expeditiously.
Yep.
All right, let's see. My number four. I have a. The issue is that I have way more than five. I have like 50 characters that I really. Okay, my number four is another version of Bruno, but in Diavolo's body. The Soul
Ah,
Swap
yes,
Bruno.
the possessed gun. Yeah. Do you think they would ever do like a possessed like soul swapped Giorno or Narancha? I don't think they would, because like there's not really much material to go off of.
I mean, they went off. They did Trish and Mista, and the only real thing that like I get doing it for the Mista and Trish's body because he's actually pretty active in that portion of the story. But like Trish and Mista's body does almost nothing, barring the one little thing that I won't explain to everyone because it would spoil literally the entire end of Golden Wind. But I don't know. I feel like even if they don't do that much, just put a Giorno that has an Aerosmith animation and make it do an Aerosmith thing. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. But yeah, back to Diavolo possessed
Oh,
Bruno.
you sound super muffled all of a sudden. I hope something didn't happen over there.
All right, my bad.
Oh, there you
Am
go.
I good now?
Yep,
All
you're
right,
better.
cool, cool. But yeah, back to Bruno possessing Diavolo's body.
Yeah, so like for me that was one of the hype moments of Golden Wind is when Diavolo is running back into the Coliseum and everyone's getting ready to attack him and then all of a sudden Sticky Fingers comes out instead. I don't really know what they would do because all the versions of Bruno that are in the game right now are all kind of like, eh. I mean, I don't really like the zippers turning into boxes over time mechanic that the voiced one has. I mean, you could just make this one a big eraser, and I would be happier with it than the weird like delayed box thing that voiced Bruno does. I like that you can pick who the box is, but that's like the only thing I particularly like about it. But I just need a good Bruno. I think it's just part of my desperate need for a Bruno that is good.
Either Bruno or Mesta, I just want either of them to be like the godly like GER partner. Like Gold Experience Requiem, he has potential, but he just needs that one unit to make him go over the top. Voice Bruno is probably the closest to that, but I want to see a new version of Bruno or Mesta to make
I will
Gold
say I
Experience Requiem
think
like amazing.
voiced old Joseph. I think I like him more than voiced Bruno for Gold Experience Requiem at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to get the new Josephs at some point because they look really really cool.
Yeah, it's nice because his skill has like the cooldown timer where his skill gauge slowly empties and then his effect wears off. But when you use Gold Experience, it freezes that. So you can
Oh
retain the
yeah.
skill all the way through the Gold Experience. And then of course he increases uh, Requiem's tile spawn rate. So you can get some pretty good stuff without having to rely on Bruno, like making sure you get the 4 boxes and everything. I like that combo, but it's still not enough to put Gold Experience over the top.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. All right. This is your number 5, I believe.
Yep. Here's another cop out pick. I want to see a bites the dust version of Kira.
Okay. Yeah. Well. All right. You and everybody else on the planet.
Yeah. I don't know.
You and
At
every
this
player.
point, I
That
just
is
kind
a
of
fair
like,
pick, though. I mean, everyone thought that was
yeah. At
what
this point,
Kosaku Kira was going to be, and then it was not.
I mean, like Kosaku Kira, like takes he has like presence through most of the story. I don't see why he needs to be bites the dust already. The difference between bites the dust Kira and Kusaku Kira is that he doesn't comb his hair down.
Yeah.
So
And he does spend, like you said, a decent amount of the story before even getting bites the dust as Kosaku Kira.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
I think people are jumpy for bites the dust because Kira has historically been pretty not that good in this game. And I think they're desperate
I'm
for a Kira that's really, really good.
Yeah, regular Kira is just kind of bad overall. Sheer heart attack. I would really like to get sheer heart attack, but he's more so just a bonus. Like I wouldn't really see him being used too often. Kusaku Kira is kind of like a basic like Okuyasu sort of deal, but he doesn't even he's just a little bit more inconsistent than Okuyasu is what I'm saying. So yeah, a bites the dust Kira. I would like to see him have some sort of like ability with the time reversal sort of deal. So I don't know how that would be implemented or how good that would be, but something that like resembles like reversing time. It's got to
Yeah,
be
it,
something
it
like
would
that.
be pretty crazy if he added time back onto the game clock. That might be like super broken if he could do that.
Maybe they'll find a clever workaround to that that also makes him good. But I just want to see a good Kira.
Yeah,
He's like my favorite he's like my favorite anime villain favorite JoJo villain from the anime. So yeah, I want to see him do some numbers on the top 100.
yeah.
I want to
I've
see
seen
him.
some obviously a lot of people theory craft bites the dust because he's so highly anticipated. One idea that I liked a lot was whenever you use him, he'll revert the state of the entire game to whatever it was 10 seconds ago. So like he won't move the actual time back on the clock, but like let's say you play through stand up time, you get out of stand up time, then you use part 4 Jotaro and do his stuff, then you use bites the dust, it'll put you back to the beginning of that stand up time that you were in 10 seconds ago, which means that Jotaro would have his skill back. That seems way too overpowered, but it sounds like a really cool way to have Kira interact with the board instead of him just being like, now you have 10 more seconds to play with.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of creativity with the bites to death skill. But yeah, I just want to see him someday be added to the game. I mean, he's inevitably going to be
Yeah, I
added
think
like
there's a
with all the
decent shot he'll be the second anniversary, to be honest.
Yep, yep.
I feel like it's got to either be him and another Josuke, or voiced Requiem and voiced Diavolo. That's who my guesses are.
Or just another version of Part Four Jotaro, in just in another outfit.
Oh God, could you imagine a voiced Part 4 Jotaro?
I don't know how
uh,
they would make him as good because lately they've been pretty good with how balanced the time stoppers are as of recent, like voiced Gacho and Anubis Polnareff, etc.
yeah, I think they're aware that Part 4 Jotaro is over the top, and they haven't really put anybody out lately. But then again, they drop somebody like Risotto that makes me question if they're actually investigating how what they do is going to balance or not. So we'll
I
see.
mean, once the skill limit trend disappears with once skill limits go away, I don't think voiced Risotto would be as good because he's just kind of garbage with looping. But at the moment, he's just so like completely busted, doing literally like 3 million damage in like one time stop.
Well, see, the problem is
Yeah, he's just
the skill limits help him because looping you can't loop forever. So you can just take the giant smack that he gives you instead. But then if they take those away and they put it back to where you don't have skill limits anymore, then regular Risotto just comes back and starts murdering everything again and just endlessly looping forever.
yep, yep, and you got a bunch of other cool units like Anubis Polnareff doing like insane damage with his time stops.
Yeah,
Like
can
that
you
would
tell the devs of
completely.
this game like Risotto as a character? I wonder if you can tell.
I don't know, man. He's been the featured unit for Golden Week for like 2 years in a row. I mean, the game's only been out for 2 years in a row, but still, another Risotto unit. Really, guys.
And he's
Really.
always really good. Risotto's the only character other than Part 4 Jotaro that they had to change the way the game works to balance him out because he was too damn good.
Yeah, yeah. Because like for like general play, Risotto would be like the best unit in the game because he just kind of does everything. He does
Yeah,
literally everything.
not only does he really do everything, but he makes basically anybody good. Like, oh, you got old Risotto, and then the only other tile changer you have is like the original Jonathan. Oh, that's fine. Congratulations, you've beaten everything in the entire game. Because Risotto makes every tile changer really, really good. It doesn't matter who it is.
Like with my Will It Risotto series, like I only really need to make one video because he plays pretty much all the same with everyone else.
Yep. Yeah, it really doesn't even matter. Like I use him just for fun with anyone, whoever, whatever tile changer I feel like using at the time. I'll just slap him on the back and be like, all right, it's time for this character to be the best character in the game for a little bit.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
yeah. All right, so I think we're on
Any
the final entry here. Um,
Yeah, yeah, for you.
this is also kind of a cop out answer, but Edopio that's better than the one that we got. That's probably, if you remember me asking you your most disappointed unit, mine's probably Doppio. I had high hopes for him, and he ended up being kind of mediocre.
I am satisfied with Doppio because he is a as a premium as a non-limited unit, I'm perfectly fine with Doppio how he is because at skill level 1, he's already pretty much set with Diavolo in any like sort of like in any scenario where there aren't any like blocks added. Skill level 1 Doppio, he's pretty much like fine with that. So I'm perfectly fine with Doppio. If he was limited, then we would have a different conversation. But as a non-limited, I'm perfectly fine with how he is so far.
That's fair.
He's garbage without Diavolo. But if you have Diavolo, he's workable.
Yeah,
I'm
I
all
think
right with
for
that.
me that's kind of my thing is like, yeah, he's not limited, but you still need a limited to make him even usable because he's just atrocious without Diavolo there at all.
Yeah,
And even
like
then, he's
wow.
not Diavolo's best partner. So, God, it sucks.
Yep. Yep, you with Diavolo, you pretty much need to like have a replacer that can make enhanced panels because Voice Giorno is the only character that can do that, and he's the only one that can make Diavolo go over the top.
Yep. Yep. I love that combination though. They're so fun to play as. But I wish
Oh,
Doppio had come
it's-
out and just I don't know, at least competed with Giorno for how because it's like no contest. You would never take him. There's no reason to ever take him over Voice Giorno for Diavolo.
yep, yep. I'm just happy I have him at skill level 1 from the Golden Week banner, so I can pretty much use him whenever I want.
Yeah, he has a very cool collection unit too. I like his animations like throwing the scissors with the King Crimson arm and stuff. But,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wish he was. I was really looking forward to him when Golden Week came out, and I was like, well, because also I thought there was no way that Voice Risotto could be anywhere near as good as the original, like in any capacity. So I just figured Voice Risotto was going to be like a resounding meh, and Doppio was going to be the prime.
Oh,
Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was
oh,
I wrong about that.
You thought Doppio was the featured unit.
He was the
No.
front page of the thing too, man. I remember logging in for Golden Week and being like, "Oh, look at the title screen. Doppio's right in the center. He's gonna be awesome." And he's just some like, by the way, here's Voice Risotto, and then this pink kid. Don't worry about the pink kid. You want Voice Risotto.
Yep, yep.
It was a shame. So I would love to
It
see at
is.
least a Doppio that, like, he doesn't have to be a King Crimson exclusive partner either. Like, I think it would be cool if he had something that was unique to him. But I like Doppio as a character maybe more than Diavolo. Like, I at least had more fun when he was on screen than I did Diavolo. So
Yeah. Without Doppio, then Diavolo would be, a pretty standard villain, But Doppio is the one part of him that makes him intriguing.
yeah, it just makes him a little bit more exciting than whatever. Like, 'cause other than having the whole Doppio personality thing going on, he basically was just, I'm the greatest. Go away from me. Let me
Yeah,
continue to be the greatest. Like that was his whole thing. So Doppio made him cool, and then Pitter Patter Pop made Doppio very not cool. So that's a shame.
I think not cool's, a little bit harsh, but he's kind of meh. He's meh.
Hey man, when you get me that excited and then you come out being meh, I reserve the right to be harsh. It hurt.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right. Wow, we've been going for a hot minute. We're rocking about 45 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close this out. Thank you so much for being here. Where can everybody watching this find you?
Well, you can just look up on youtube.com, just search up Dimes4Crimes. Um, yeah, you can also hit me up in the Pitter Patter Pop Discord. I'm a pretty prominent member there. So if you have any question about the game, you can also contact me there and ask some questions if you have. And just one last thing, Zen. One last thing before we close this.
Sure.
If you can, could you follow me on in Pitter Patter Pop? I follow you, but you haven't followed me back yet.
Yes, let me remember how to navigate to that menu. I have a whole video on how to get to that menu, and I still don't remember how to do it. Here we go.
Yeah, you can see me there. My name's Dimes4C YT.
This list is only 100 people long. How can I not see you? I swear I'm looking. What's your character icon?
My character icon is a gold frog journo.
Gold Frog Jorno. The middle tab is the people who are following me, right? So I can just look at the middle tab and you should be in here?
Yes, yes. If that is correct, yes.
Am I like insane?
How about I just send you my
I,
code after this
yeah, let's do that. I swear
after
I'm
this.
looking and I don't see you in here anywhere.
All right,
We'll
that's fine.
we'll do
That's
that.
fine.
Of course, I will link everything that he just talked about. I'll put his YouTube channel and do you have like a Twitter or any other social media that people should be following?
I don't really use Twitter.
No?
Twitter's cancer. I only use it for Pitter Patter Pop.
Fair. I will throw the link to his YouTube channel in the description. So, of course, make sure that you go and check him out. He plays a lot of Pitter Patter Pop quality content. And thanks, of
Yep.
course, for
And
watching here.
also, yep, be sure to check out my latest videos. I'm doing a lot of content on the game, especially when online is over. I'll be definitely grinding the YouTube so I can make. Be sure to just await for new content then.
Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And as always, we will see you next time. Have a good night.